So gardening in the summer, especially when it starts to get hot the way it is today, it can be a challenge to actually find tasks that need doing but are also enjoyable to do. So the key, I think, is to find tasks that are in the shade. Today I'm going to be doing a couple of things in the shade. One of the things I need to do, I'm not going to do it today, but is to clean the pond, because if you see all of that, all those broken leaves and that kind of foam on the water, the last couple of days our fish have spawned, and they are really violent when they spawn. So much so that this is all that's left of one of our water lilies. I had to put this pot was on the ledge over there. That muck that's left in there, that's how battered up our poor water lily became. So we're not feeding them for the next couple of days, because they will eat that spawn. They will even eat some of the hatchlings, some of the fry, if they do hatch. So yeah, nature. So the first thing I'm going to tackle this morning is this Boston ivy that's growing on the shaded south side of our house, and when it gets to the point where it's actually making its way inside our house, I know that it's time to trim it. These columbines are amazing, the way they've just put themselves wherever they like to go. They're everywhere, growing in cracks. We even have one growing in a crack behind the bench there. And this is a success. This is a climbing hydrangea, and I think it's been probably 5 years there, and it's because it's so shaded, it's really taking its time, but this is its best year yet, and it's actually fought a battle with the ivy and won, because there were ivy plants down here and it has choked them out, which is good to see. So I want this ivy on the walls because I think it looks very English cottage garden-y. But what I don't want it to go absolutely wild and go all the way up our house, which is what it's done in the past. So what I try to do is to keep it to a nice level so that it just forms a backdrop, and it's pretty easy to cut. You just start from the bottom and cut it, and then you can just pull it away from the wall. Because what this ivy does not do, everybody says, oh, don't grow ivy, it's going to destroy your bricks. Well, this ivy's been growing on this house longer than we've been here, which is 25 years, and you can see there's no damage. You can see where it has grown, and you can see there's no damage to the mortar or to the bricks. So it is not true that it can damage your bricks. You can see it also grows on the ground as a weed. Oh, it's so nice when weeds come up that well. So I have to stop it from growing across the path of the weed. Stop it from completely covering the window and blocking the light into our basement. Look at the size of those leaves. Wow. So this is a nice job to do periodically. Like I said, it's good job to be doing in the shade. It's a pretty warm day today. I think it's already in or close to the 80s, and already humid. So it's always good to have some little jobs to do in the shade. So you can see you can be really brutal with it, and it doesn't mind. It comes back. It's not going anywhere. And I can just pull it down like that. There's one of our bird boxes. The babies have flown already. Otherwise it would be very noisy right now. It's sparrows that have claimed all of our bird boxes. We have one on the other side of the house, the south facing. And we also have one on the west facing. Look at the way it's growing literally into the house through the door. Look. Wow. And then I've actually let it grow all the way up the chimney breast because I think it's quite a good look. Eventually though I'm going to have to stop it from making its way to the roof. That'll be fun. Yeah, I like to keep it controlled here, otherwise it would make its way all the way across our porch there and up the window there. Yeah, it's quite an amazing plant. So our front garden is currently quite shaded. So of course, there's always weeding. And if you've been watching our videos, you would definitely have heard me talking about campanula or creeping bellflower, and here's a little patch of it right here. So I'm going to just quickly weed that and enjoy being out here in the shade. The satisfying thing though is I'm starting to actually see the results of my labour with this particular weed, creeping bellflower. The key is definitely just regularly staying on top of it. I do realise that I'm never ever going to get rid of it completely, but from where I came, where this entire bed, especially the one over there, was completely choked out by it, now it's just little spots like this and there. It's gone. Of course it hasn't really gone, it's still, because if you leave just a little bit like that, it's still there, but out of sight, out of mind. And of course it's important to stay hydrated in this heat. So thank you for joining me in the garden today. I'll see you in the next video.